Hello dear students, today we will start our chapter number 4, sorting materials into groups. So what is the meaning of sorting? Sorting means separating the materials or things based on their type. Okay, that means what type of this? If I say you to separate or to sort between your books and copies, then what will you do? You'll put books in different place and you'll put copies in different place. This is how you have sorted them based on their type. Okay, books are used basically for what you call reading purpose and learning purpose, and we use copy for writing purpose basically. Therefore we are going to separate them. This is the meaning of the sorting. So let us see what you know in advance. What do you know? You know is that things around us are made up of different kinds of materials. You look at your home, you look at in the room that you are sitting, you'll find that there are things made out of woods, made up of steel, iron, plastic, okay, ceramic, so glass. These all things are used to make different kind of things that are available around us. Okay, because we human beings are very materialistic. That means we love materials. If you see animals, you'll find them, they live naturally. They don't create anything by themselves. Whatever they find in the nature, they use them to live. Okay, so let us see, materials can be natural or man-made. Yes, materials can be natural, they can be man-made as well. And you know, more than natural, we have created man-made things. Even the mobile phone through which you are communicating with me is also made by human beings, that is man-made. Okay, so anything that occupies space and has mass is matter. So anything that has mass, okay, and also occupies space, that means it covers up some space, it holds some space, then it is actually matter. It is known as matter. Okay, so let us see what we will learn in this chapter. We are going to learn properties of the materials. That means if I talk about properties, that means if I say you about iron, then you know iron is a little tough. It is tough. It is not easily breakable. Okay, and it is not easily you cannot make irons thing. You cannot make iron things easily. You need a fire. You need to heat it up. So this is the property of, you can say, iron. If we talk about plastic, it is very easily moldable. That means you can heat it and you can easily change into some other shape. Okay, with not much heat required in case of plastic. So let us see states of matter. We will learn states of matter. How many states are there? Basically, you know, there are 3 states of matter. Okay, there are more states of matter, but in our class we'll learn up to only 3 states of matter, and these are solid, liquid and gas. Now soluble and insoluble materials. What is soluble and what is insoluble material? Soluble materials easily get dissolved in a liquid, okay, especially in the water, and insoluble materials do not get dissolved. For example, if I tell you to take some iron fillings, okay, iron fillings, and put it in the water, or take iron nails and put it in water and try to stir the water for as long as possible for you, you'll find they are not getting dissolved in the water. So these are insoluble materials. But if you take sugar or if you take salt and you put in the water and stir it, you'll find that it will get easily dissolved. You'll not be able to find it. Okay, so this material which gets dissolved in water easily are soluble materials. Now let us move further and see, there are many things that you see around. It's not it. There are many things. I have already told you, if you see around you, you'll find many things. Okay, and these things are actually different to look at. If you look them, they look different. They have different colors, shapes, and the properties are also different. I have told you already about the property. What is property? Okay, some of them are soft, some of them are hard. Okay, and you have you ever wondered what these things are made up of? Okay, they are made up of different kinds of materials. So what these materials are: glass, plastic, steel, ceramic, wood, clay and paper. So these all materials are used for making the different kind of things available around us. Ignore it. So look around in your classroom, and that means you are not in classroom now. You can look around your room. You'll find things, name them, and type of material used to make them. Okay, name a few things that are made from wood and paper also. So let us see more different kinds of materials. So you already know that different objects are made from different kinds of materials. We know already different objects are made from different kind of materials. So on the other hand, an object can be made from different kinds of material. One single object, take an example of a tumbler, that means the glass that we drink water in. Actually we say glass, which is a wrong, actually a wrong word for the tumbler. Actually the real name is tumbler. So tumbler is made from glass also, steel, aluminium, clay, ceramic, plastic, and even paper. Nowadays we have paper cups. It is a tumbler, you can say. It's not it. So it is made up of paper also nowadays. So different materials are used for making the same item. Okay, because the different material has different properties. So now let us see. You will often find that some material is used to make several kinds of things. So you'll notice that one. But you'll notice that same material is used to make several kinds of things. So I'm going to give you a small video. You can see that one to have a clear idea about properties of material. So let us see that video. Okay. Come on.
We see many objects around us. All objects are made of some kind of material and sometimes more than one material. The books that we read are made of paper. Tables and chairs are made of plastic, metal or wood. Storage boxes are made of fiber, metal or plastic, while glass is used in window panes and photo frames. Why do you think we use specific materials for making particular objects? We select a material to make an object based on its properties and the purpose for which the object is to be used. Let's learn about some properties of materials. Appearance of a material or substance depends on its luster, hardness, color, and texture. For example, all metals are lustrous. Therefore, metals such as gold and silver are used for making jewelry, whereas copper and brass are used for making utensils and showpiece items. Examples of non-lustrous materials include wood, rubber, and stone. Some materials are hard while some are soft. For instance, stones and most metals are hard. Materials that are hard and can be sharpened are used for making knives and other cutlery. Some materials can be compressed or scratched easily. For example, cotton can be compressed easily, whereas unbaked items of clay and candles can be scratched easily. Such materials exhibit softness property. We can see through some materials such as glass and acrylic, as these are transparent materials, whereas we cannot see through wood, metal, stone or cardboard, as these are opaque materials. Transparent materials such as glass are used to make display jars, while opaque materials are used to make things such as doors, walls and cupboards. There are some materials through which things are only partially visible. For example, tracing paper and butter paper. These are translucent materials. Some materials that are less dense than water float in water, while the ones that are denser than water sink. Materials such as wood, plastic, oil, etc. float on water, while materials such as stone, metal, sand, etc. sink. Some substances such as salt and sugar completely dissolve in water. These are known as substances soluble in water. While substances such as sand and sawdust don't dissolve in water and are known as substances insoluble in water. Certain liquids mix well with water, such as lemon juice and vinegar. Such liquids are called miscible with water. While liquids which don't mix with water are known as immiscible with water. For example, oil and kerosene. Some gases such as oxygen are soluble in water, whereas others don't dissolve in water. Oxygen dissolved in water is vital for the survival of aquatic life.
Okay, so students, we have covered lots of topics in this video. See, for example, we have covered properties of materials, appearance. We have covered hardness. We have also covered soluble and insoluble materials, objects float or sink in water. This also we have covered up. Transparency also we have covered up. So whatever is left, I will try to clear in the next video. Okay.